this is Chris and Jakub from PagePro. Over the last few months, we've been receiving a lot of inquiries from companies wanting to migrate from Contentful to Sanity. And on these calls, we keep hearing the same questions over and over again. Questions like, how complex is the migration? How Sanity pricing compares to Contentful pricing? And how long the whole process could take. Jakub, do you hear any other frequent questions on these calls?
Yes, about SEO. Is it going to affect their SEO? Or are we going to lose any data? Or is Sanity really that much better?
So we thought, why not just record a video and answer all of the questions and walk through our migration process. So if Contentful is holding you back and you're thinking about the migration, this video is for you. Why companies migrate from Contentful? The quick answer: updated pricing plans. So we see a lot of companies that were using Contentful for many years. So they are on legacy pricing plans. Now Contentful is asking them gently to migrate to regular pricing plans. And they see the big difference between old and new pricing structure. So this is the main pain point I hear on the calls. But Jakub, what are the other Contentful pain points that you hear on the calls?
Number one would be the content type limitations. They're capped at free plan to 25 document types, and if you want to increase this number, you need to go for a light space, which also require you to get the light plan. And the other pain point would be the limited customization. Clients very often want to add some custom solutions like custom history, custom user flows, custom approval process, or connection to third-party APIs, things like that from the CMS panel. And it's, as I mentioned, limited.
Jakub was mentioning customizations of the admin panel. Is it your main pain point, or you have any other pain points related to Contentful? Please let us know in the comments. Sanity versus Contentful. Key differences. Jakub, so what are the key differences between Sanity and Contentful? Let's start with technical aspects.
So the number one would definitely be the schema definition. In Sanity, it's fully built from the code. In Contentful, it's more like UI first approach where you can click through the panel and create new schemas. The other one would be how we query the data, how we fetch the data. In Sanity, we have access to REST API, GraphQL API, which is also available in Contentful. But we also have access to Grok, which is very powerful language. It's more close to the database queries. So you can do some advanced calculations, advanced inner queries and things like that from the query level. So it's more optimized for performance. And the other difference is, as already mentioned before, the customization. For Sanity, we have full access to everything that can be done with React and JS code, so we can do anything that we want to. And in Contentful, we are restricted to some specific app framework rules and specific criteria. And some tools are already built, and you can get them from the marketplace, and that's the limit.
Thanks. So let me now compare the pricing difference. In Sanity, you have three plans. You have free, growth, where you pay per seat is $15 per seat, and you have enterprise plan that has custom pricing. In Contentful, you also have three plans. So it's a free plan, it's a light plan that you pay $300 per month, and premium plan with custom pricing. But in Contentful, you also probably need to buy a space. So you can have a starter space that is for free, and in this starter space you have 25 maximum content types. And you also can buy a light space, is 850. In this plan you have 50 content types, and also you can have a premium space that is a custom pricing. So in our projects, usually client needs around 5 seats. So he has 5 users that are editing the website or the project. So in Sanity growth plan, 5 users per $15 per seat is $75 per month. When you compare that to Contentful, unfortunately, you cannot use the free version, and you also cannot use just the light version, because you need to have a light version and also light space. So in Contentful, you need to have a light plan for $300 plus light space that costs $850. So in total, you have $1,150. When you compare that, you see that in Sanity you're paying $75, maybe $100 if you have some extra usage. So if you compare 100 to 1,150, you can have monthly savings on a level like $1,000. So annually is $12,000. So the difference is pretty big. Step-by-step migration guide. Let's assume we compare the pricing and client is willing to migrate from Contentful to Sanity. Jakub, how the process is going to look like?
At the beginning, we need to choose a path we are going to follow. We have two options. One of them is to use the package called Contentful to Sanity, which will help us with some schema structurizing and some stuff like that. Or we can go with CLI and just export the data from Contentful and do the rest manually. So I will start with using this Contentful to Sanity package. It will create the data in ND-JSON format, which is like the format that is used by Sanity to import and export data from CLI. It will also create you the basic schemas. They will look exactly the same as the ones in Contentful. It will also include all of the assets, but with the absolute URLs, so they will be like transferred from one CDN to the other CDN. And now, from this moment, you can go with either going exactly the same schema to CMS, to new CMS migration. So you will have the same similar structure in the new Sanity CMS as you had in Contentful, or you can do some tweaks manually in the JSON and just proceed with the script. Or you can go with the CLI export data, where you just export the data in JSON format. You manually map this data to new fields, and also you need to rebuild your schemas. So this is the step that is optional. If you go with Contentful to Sanity and you don't want to change any schemas, then you can go with Contentful to Sanity and it's okay. But we will talk a little bit more about the other way. So we have this JSON format data from the CLI. We need to first analyze this model. Secondly, create new schemas. So we need to analyze what data we need. If you have this map, the vision of how it will look like, we need to define all of the schemas in Sanity. If you have all of the schemas in Sanity, then we need to take this JSON data and prepare some script that will map all of this data into specific schemas. If we will have this, we need to make sure that we have all of the relations fulfilled. All of the assets are also included. And if all of the more customized fields are also correctly handled. By those kinds of fields, I mean like rich text field or some tables, things like that can be handled a little bit differently. If we have this, we just need to create one of two options. One of them is to create the ND-JSON format that will be imported to new Sanity within the CLI, or we can use the API from Sanity to like upload the data with the special Sanity client. But I don't recommend doing it this way because this API has some limitations and you may be interrupted during the process because they have the limits of requests per minute and things like that. So I recommend doing the ND-JSON format. And yeah, if you have this step done, then just test your imports incrementally and adapt the missing parts, fix the issues that occur during the import, or if you notice any issues on your Sanity CMS, also include that in your script and just rerun it, create new NDJSON formats, and import them to the data, to the Sanity. And that's the phase 1, where we finish with Sanity modeling. And there's also a phase 2, which includes the updates in the application. So if you are using Next.js as your frontend, you need to replace all of the Contentful API calls with the new Sanity API calls. If you created the schema, you also need to create some queries for the data. You have option to go with either GraphQL, REST API, or GrokQ. It's up to you. I recommend going with GrokQ because it also allows you to export types automatically from your schemas. And then you just need to update all of the places where you are using all Contentful API with new API. I recommend to additionally add a new preview for Sanity. They call it Live Editor, and you just need to set that up. If you follow the documentation, it's just like a few hours of work. And also I recommend implementing either revalidation hooks in Sanity with revalidation API endpoint in your next application that will revalidate your data, so you will always have your data up to date, or implement the new Sanity Live API, which will do it automatically in the background. If you will do all of those things, then you are ready to test and validate all of your application. So just make sure that all of your content is matching the old page, all of the links are working, all of the media and assets are visible. Then make sure that all of the SEO is working correctly. If you have the sitemap generated, the robots text, the metadata and things like that, the redirects if they are working correctly. And finally, test the performance if it's better than the previous one. If not, just work on it until you're satisfied. It's a very good moment to work on any refactors or redesigns if you want to change anything here in your application, because you are already going through the code. So this is the perfect moment to think about redesign some of your UI parts, some layouts, maybe some specific functionalities like search or things like that.
Thanks, Jakub. So as you can see, this process is pretty complicated, but to make it easier for you, we created a specific blog post with the checklist. So please check the link in the description so you can follow all the process. And also I want to add that usually when we are migrating website from Contentful to Sanity, we also update Next.js and all of JavaScript dependencies to latest versions, and we are doing SEO optimizations with specific focus on AI search tools. Benefits of switching to Sanity. From the business perspective, the main benefit is potential cost savings. So Sanity pricing structure might be much more efficient for you than Contentful pricing structure. The second business benefit is more flexibility. So in Sanity, you pay as you go. So for example, you need additional seat, you just pay for the seat. You need additional bandwidth or API requests, or you need more documents, you just pay as you go. Jakub, what are the other benefits of migrating to Sanity from the technical perspective?
Number one would be the unlimited content types and locales. You can have as many types as you want. You just need to be within the limit, or even if you extend, you will just pay for the overextension. The other benefit is the great live preview experience and instant content feedback. You can have multiple collaborators that work on the same document with similar experience to what you have in Google Documents and things like that, where you see where other editors are and what part they are editing. There's also the live API, which is very important. So you can have the most up-to-date content without any extra coding. You can have your studio customized to what you need. So you can even either change the colors to your branding, build your structures as you want. You are responsible for how it will look like. There's also the grok queries that I mentioned before. They're a very powerful tool. And as you mentioned, there's no like hard stop if you go over the limits. You just need to pay for this extra usage that you've used.
Companies are migrating from Contentful to Sanity mainly because of the limits and updated pricing structure. The migration process contains several phases, and this video explains every phase step by step. If you are thinking about migrating from Contentful to Sanity, we are happy to help. So just book a free consultation with me and Jakub. Jakub, thanks for this video, and yeah, see you next time. Thanks.
Thank you. See you.